Hi everyone. I think children you have watched the previous video of mine, okay, about the images of the Indian states and the union territories, right? If you have not watched, children, please try to watch. Okay. So I am Deepa again. I am going to present the lesson How do State Government Works of class 7th Civics, okay? So today we are going to see only the module 1 of this lesson. Okay, and today's concepts were quasi federalism, powers of the governor, as well as powers of the chief minister. Our country is governed at three levels: local level, state level, as well as central level. So, in this chapter, we will study about the working of the government at the state level. Do you think India is having a federal form of government or it is having a unitary form of government? So, or it is having a quasi federal system. So, let us understand what is unitary, federal, as well as quasi federal. You can see the federal system here where the powers were divided between the central government as well as the state government. And in the unitary government, the central government withholds all the power. So, what do you understand by the term unitary here? When all the powers comes under the central government, it is known as unitary government. There is no role to the state government here. Okay, so all the powers vested into the hands of the central government. So whether making laws, decisions, or anything, it can be implemented by the central government. Now, what do you mean by federal government? So, according to Schedule 7 of the Indian Constitution, the schedule of the 7th of Indian Constitution, it has clearly determines that the state has to make a laws based on the state list and the central government has to make laws based on the union list, and both center as well as the state together can make laws on concurrent list. Okay, so in this list there are various subjects have been there. There is education, okay, power, okay, and then for the welfare of the people, law and order, etc. So India follows quasi federal, partly state, partly central. Let's see the structure of the government at the state level as well as at the central level. So there are three organs of the government. One is legislative, executive, as well as judiciary. So legislature means lawmaking body and executive means implementing the laws and judiciary interpreting state as well as central laws. Let's see one by one. So legislature at the state level and as well as at the central level. So at the central level it is the parliament that make laws. And you know this parliament is consist of two houses. One is Lok Sabha and another one is Rajya Sabha. As well as at the state, you can see mostly all the states are having the legislative assembly. Only 5 states is having a legislative council. So this we'll call it as unicameral legislature as well as bicameral legislature. So unicameral legislature means one house and bicameral legislature means two houses. Okay, so these legislature will make laws and that laws will be implemented by the executive. So who are the executives at the central level as well as the state level? So at the central level it is the president of India as well as the prime minister, vice president, as well as the council of ministers. And at the state level it is the governor as well as the chief minister and the council of ministers will implement the laws at the center as well as at the state. And next comes the judiciary. Judiciary means interpreting a state as well as the central laws, and it will be settling legal disputes, punishing the violators of the law, and protecting the individual rights. So, at the central level, it is the Supreme Court, and at the state level, it is the High Court, district courts, session courts, etc. I think you are very much familiar with this personality. Yes, he is the governor of Tamil Nadu. Okay, so we are going to learn about governor today. So let's see the appointment. The governor of a state is appointed by the President of India, and he was appointed from other state. Why he has been appointed from other state? So to keep himself free from local politics, or to free from the function, or to free to function his role. Okay, his term period is for 5 years, and if any misconduct or misbehavior, he can be removed from his office. Okay, next to see the oath or pledge. He has to take oath or pledge in front of the Chief Justice of the High Court. In the absence of the Chief Justice, the senior most judge of the concerned High Court, he can take the pledge. Okay, next to see the qualification of the governor here. He must be a citizen of India. He should not be less than 35 years of age. He should not hold any office of profit, or he should not belong to the same state for the appointment of the governor. Okay, he should not be the member of the legislative assembly or the parliament. Next, we are going to see the functions of the governor. So, executive, legislature, judiciary, and financial powers we are going to see. Number one, executive powers. Executive powers means executing the laws in the state. Okay, so the governor of a state appoints the chief minister and other ministers also. And next, he appoints the state election commissioner. He appoints the chairman and the members of the state public service commission, as well as he appoints the vice chancellors of the various universities. And next comes the legislative powers or the lawmaking body. So he is a part of the state legislature. The governor summons the state legislature as well as he prorogues the state legislature. Summon means beginning of the session only by the governor of the state, and ending of the session, that is the state legislature, only by the governor. So the governor addresses the state legislature at the beginning of the first session after every general election. The bill becomes a law with the assent of the governor. Okay, now I think you're very much clear with the slide that we are going to see the financial power. Yeah, the financial power. The governor sees the budget is laid before the state legislature. Money bill can be introduced in the state legislature only on the recommendation of the governor. Next, yes, this is judicial power only. The governor can grant pardon or suspend punishment. The governor cannot pardon a death sentence. Okay, he cannot give excuses to a death sentence. At the time of appointment of the judges of the High Court, the president consults the concerned state governor. Okay. Next, we are going to see about the ordinance. Okay, so ordinance means what? It is a law or order. Ordinance means it is a law or order. When legislative assembly is not in session, then the governor can have a session only for making laws. You know that twice in a year there will be a session. So in between, in this gap, if the governor feels that there is a need to make a laws, then he can have a session. Okay. Let's children, I think you are very much clear with the concept of governor. Next we are going to see the chief minister. Okay, I think you are very much familiar with this personality. Yes, he is the chief minister of Delhi, Sri Arvind Kejriwal. Okay, now before we get into this topic, we should know about the chief minister. Okay, so the chief minister is appointed by the governor and he is the head of the government. Okay, so the head of the state is the governor and head of the government is the chief minister. So the chief minister is appointed by the governor. So other ministers also appointed by the governor only on the advice of the chief minister. The leader of the majority party in the state assembly is appointed as the chief minister. So he has to take the oath or pledge, okay, and it can administer by the governor. Okay, the secrets is administered by the governor. So his term period is for 5 years. Okay, he should have attained the age of 25 years. If the chief minister loses the majority of the assembly, he must resign. Otherwise, governor can remove the chief minister. Okay, let's see the powers and functions of the chief minister here. Let's see one by one. He presides over the meeting of the Council of Ministers. Yes, because he is the head of the Council of Ministers, and the chief minister allocates the portfolios among the ministers. Okay, the portfolios is very important. What duty should be given to the specific minister. Okay, and then the chief minister guides, controls, and coordinates the activities of all the ministers. The chief minister is the channel of communication between the governor as well as the council of ministers. The state election commissioner is appointed by the governor on the advice of the chief minister. The chief minister announces the policies of the government. And resignation of the chief minister is treated as the resignation of the entire council of ministers. Okay, let's see the cabinet ministers or the council of ministers. So we are going to see the council of ministers. The council of ministers are headed by the chief minister to aid and advise the governor in the exercise of his functions. They are appointed by the governor on the advice of the chief minister. They prepare the budget of the state legislature, and there are three types of ministers. One is the cabinet minister, ministry of state, and deputy ministers. I think you are very much clear with this concept today. So in the next module, we are going to learn completely about the state legislature. Thank you for watching.